Also, I'll be here at least until the break if you guys have any questions you want to come and ask.
Hey everybody, I'm Colin Cruz, Field Deputy for Councilmember Englander. Council's been in recess for a bit, so I don't have a lot of exciting legislation to share with you tonight. I would like to go over a couple of events that we had. We just had a really successful national night out in partnership with Devonshire Northridge Park. Thank you. It was a really great event. We showed the latest Star Wars movie, which was pretty cool. Had a really good turnout, and we're always proud to co-sponsor with the Devonshire Division. Coming up, we have a president's meeting with the various neighborhood councils. That is on August the 25th, and I believe you are RSVP'd for it, so we're looking forward to that. Also coming up for the council, we have conversations with councils, which all of the neighborhood council members from throughout the district are invited. We haven't locked down the date for that, but it'll be sometime in October. We're hoping to get representatives from the Department of Building and Safety and Planning there to take your questions and let y'all know. We've got a new head of Building and Safety with the city, so I'm sure he's looking forward to meeting all of you and see what your concerns are in the community. And we have a drive-in that's going to be coming up in October. Again, I don't have the date locked down yet, but that'll be at Shadow Ranch Park in West Hills. We had a very successful one last year. We showed Back to the Future, and it's a really fun event. So as soon as we get the date locked down on that, we'll be reporting back on that. And that's my exciting conclusion, unless anybody has any questions. All right, thank you.
Okay. Would you please introduce yourself and tell us what you want to tell us?
Hi, good evening. My name is Alicia Penn. I am representing the Chatsworth Port Ranch Chamber of Commerce. And I'm here tonight to represent an event that's coming up on Saturday, this Saturday, August 13th, that's being put on by Pilates Plus Porter Ranch in the Porter Ranch Town Center. They got together with a lot of the other businesses in that town center, and they're going to be putting on a welcome back to the neighborhood end of summer party that's being put on for the community. And we really encourage you guys to come out. It's a free event, completely free to you. There's going to be kids activities, lots of food and drinks. There's going to be free massages, and lots of goodies and giveaways for you guys. So we want to encourage you guys to come out on Saturday. It runs from 11 to 3, and it's going to be in the town center right in front of Pilates Plus, which is right by the nail salon and the Musashi right there. So we really encourage you guys to come out and support your local businesses, because not only were the residents affected by the gas leak, but the businesses were greatly affected as well, and we want to encourage the community to really get behind the local businesses and shop local and support your local restaurants. So thank you very much for your attention. There are flyers over at the table if you guys are interested. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Anybody else from government representatives who's here wishes to speak? I guess not. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Again, because everybody made the effort to be here. Well, not everybody, but that's all right. I take that back. We are able to at least receive public comment about items that are not on the agenda. So I will open the floor for the cards, but also anyone who wants to speak. I'd like to know, let me ask this question first. For someone who did not put a card in, who would like to speak on the public? Sorry. From the public side. Anybody who would like to speak who did not put in a card? 1, 2. Okay. So,
I don't know yet.
just,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet.
I'm sorry?
I don't know if I want to speak yet. You know me, I'm waiting until I hear a few things.
All right. I'm just, Maureen, I'm trying. I'm just trying. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give everybody 3 minutes who wants to speak. I will call names. Just 2 things I ask of you. try to stick to the 3 minutes, and I'm going to try to wave to you. I don't have cards. But the other thing, remember, this is a public comment. This is not a discussion. So we're not going to have a back and forth. You make a comment, and everybody will hear it, and then we move on to the next comment. Okay? So please don't ask questions because we don't want to get into a question and answer. That's not the forum that we have for the public comment, unfortunately. Okay, so, I'm sorry. All right, let me start with the card. Ms. Zitkovich. 3 minutes, please. Oh, never mind. You want to, wherever way you want to look.
I just want to comment that I'm upset right now because I actually worked all day, rushed dinner, paid for a babysitter, took the time to drive up the hill, picked up that packet that I don't know how many trees had to get cut down to make the agenda, and we're not doing a vote. It's actually insulting as, I mean, I don't know how everybody else feels in here. I feel like if you are on the board, you're the community voice. And whether it goes one way or the other, you have to show up. You got to take the heat some days. You got to give it the others. And at the end of the day, this is for the betterment of the community. And that should never be an issue that now we've all wasted time here. It's tacky. And I think everybody in this room deserves an apology. Because I'm sure everybody in this room could be doing something with their life tonight that they actually might enjoy, rather than sitting here not voting on anything. So, thank you.
Mr. Matt Modine. I'm sorry. Queen.
I have trouble with it too. I had been in the hospital recently, so that's why I'm a little bit, After a certain age, you find all these faults, right, Tony? Good evening. My name is Matt Mulqueen, and I'm currently a resident of the San Fernando Valley and have been for the past 50 years or so, when Porter Ranch was just a meadow. Okay, thank you. I was taking this to the meeting to try and pass on some information from a friend that I met who has some timely information, okay? The gentleman I speak of is Ralph Bissett, the sole survivor of the Sylmar tunnel methane disaster of 1971. I met Ralph while I was recuperating in the hospital from a recent hip surgery. So the tooth missing. While watching ongoing TV coverage about the gas leak, in particular, one individual speaker summarized his talk with the comment, "It's only methane." Ralph offered, I could tell those people a thing or two about methane. I asked him, "Ralph, why don't you?" He said, "If you make an offer for me to speak and it's accepted, I will tell them my personal experience and exposure to it's only methane." Someone also recently commented, "What does it matter now? The disaster was over 50 years ago. Time is the factor." Please understand, his information would be in relation to his long-term medical and emotional effects, his exposure to methane and carcinogens involved in the blast. I know no one can address this better than Ralph, who was there and lived to tell about it. 17 other men died in that blast. This is something he feels may be overlooked by many looking for a quick solution to their immediate needs. All entities are pushing for a fast resolution, but consider your long-term health and safety first. He felt it would benefit them in making more informed decisions for their family's future's well-being. I thank you for your time and will await your decision on his offer to share his story. Any entity that wishes to contact me, that'd be fine. We try and set up a time for that. Thank you.
My name is Matt Pacuco, president and co-founder of Safe Border Ranch. I'm just going to give some community updates of what we're up to and what's going on in the community in the next couple of months. One thing I'd like to say is, piggyback on what Chrissy said, we know who's serving the interests of the community, and they're sitting right behind me, not those other people. So September 7th, every month Safe Border Ranch strives to have a open to the public meeting. Everyone's been invited, and we'll discuss whatever we need to discuss. We'll probably have a few items on the agenda. We want to hear from the community on what's best for the community to go forward. Our next one is on September 7th. Just watch our calendar on our website, safeborderranch.com, for details. And you also all heard about the Dogger hearing tomorrow, the Division of Gas and Geothermal Resources. That's for their public comment, where you can actually speak. They're taking written comments up until August 22nd at 5 p.m. If you don't like talking and you love writing, that'd be great. And having things in writing is also awesome. Door to door, Safe Border Ranch is going door to door in as many neighborhoods as we can every other weekend for the next couple of months. We've gone out 3 times already, getting a lot of feedback from the community on what's been going on with their health problems and a few other items related to the gas blowout. So watch for us coming to your door. And it's all volunteers. We have like 15 or so people out every time, and they're just people that live here, just like all of you. And there's another AQMD hearing, September 17th. It looks like we're making some serious headway. The hearing board has finally figured out that SoCal Gas is expletive right here, okay? And they're really starting to drill them on all their BS and all their spins. We're also doing the same to the AQMD. The hearing board is separate from the AQMD. They're also busting the AQMD on how pathetic their response is, especially as far as when people smell something in our yards, and Spectre doesn't show up till sometimes the next day, literally. Okay, so the next is September 17th. Come and give your comments, speak, because that is what is really making the headway with these people. No matter what SoCal Gas puts on paper, when all of us show up and it's a completely different story, that makes all the difference in the world. Because they will write down every kind of lie. And when we got to show up and it's been working, keep it coming. So the shopping center that we're not discussing tonight, City Planning is having another hearing regarding that on August 25th. You can write comments for that. You can come to that hearing as well. Watch, again, our calendar, safeborderranch.com, on the calendar tab for all the details. Thank you. We have petitions. We shut it all down. I'll run the table.
Not sure what I want to talk about. A lot of people covered everything. I want to thank this gentleman for coming out and sharing his story. We need more people like you to get involved. I want to echo Matt's point that these are the people that care about the community here who showed up. And it's infuriating that Where's Eric Nam? He has a placard here. He didn't show up. Mel Mitchell didn't show up. Becky Levesque didn't show up. Sherry Durahonian showed up.
Didn't show up.
Did not show up. Yeah. It's obstructionist politics is what they're doing because there's a agenda item that they don't want to go through. Sabotage. So one of the things that I would think about, I don't know about the quorum issue, but I do know that I've heard we have one person stepping down. So does that potentially reduce the quorum? No. So this is something...
We're not having questions.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Okay. I want to encourage more people to come out to the AQMD meeting. These AQMD meetings, the AQMD is really dropping the ball, okay? This leak monitoring protocol that they are doing is like one fixed monitoring station to the south, okay? You have a 3,600 acre facility that is not being monitored right now. They want to put more gas in there, and all of you guys are sitting here. You need to be to the AQMD meetings, okay? We only had 8 people, and part of the problem was Save Porter Ranch had a lot of people going to the communities, which we need. So we did good, but we need more. We need more participation from this community, okay? All of you are here, okay? But you go there and see me, I'll be there. I'll be at the Dogger meeting, and I have nothing to gain out of this except a safe environment for all of you. I'm fighting for all of you. So we need more. You have a lot of people here. I want to see some of you, okay? And especially the people who want to be on this board, you know, and you know, this is really important. This is a critical moment right now. AQMD has really given in to the gas company. They want to start at really weak standards for leak detection. I mean, really weak. I went to the Air Resources Board hearing in Sacramento, and their standards are really strong, but they don't kick in until 2018. So we need something now, because they're trying to put more gas in this facility as soon as possible. And if we don't have something to protect us, you know, it's coming out of the mountaintop. I don't know if you guys realize it, but it's not the wells that are the problem. It is coming out of the mountaintop. It's leaking from holes in the ground. And if we don't have people out there who are, you know, requesting public records and making an issue of this, then we don't have any fight in this game. So, thank you. 2 more cards. Vicky. You don't need to.
So you have plenty of time.
No, but the clock doesn't start till you start.
My name is Vicki. I'm a resident of Porter Ranch. And I wanted to bring up to the board to consider in the future that the fact that I received a few days ago an email that and it's kind of ironic that the 2 people whose names and pictures are on this email from the council are not here tonight. At first when I saw this email, I thought, is it from the council? And I started reading it, and it was an agenda of some of the council members about one of the things that was supposed to get discussed tonight. This worries me. I have never gotten an email from a council member on their personal views on a topic that we're all going to take seriously and listen to ahead of time. I don't know if it's legal. I would like the council to figure this out, if it's this type of email is allowed. To me, it's junk, and I know how they got my email, and I don't want to have to block that. It was for the voting. They took my email off the voting list and sent me their personal ideas on one of the things that was supposed to be discussed tonight. I'm just throwing that out there as my general comment that I really want to know. This is a government agency. I mean, I'm taking this seriously. We're all taking this seriously. We came here tonight. I want to know if this kind of thing is legal to do. And if it's not, what do we do? They're not showing up tonight either. So fire them. Yep. That's my statement, my general statement. Thank you.
Mr. Dave Hassan.
Hello, my name is Dave Hassan. I'm a resident, 20272 via San Renaissance Project. First of all, I'd like to ask if there is anybody from Chappelle.
No.
Chappelle, the developer of the shopping center that was noticed to be discussed tonight. And I'm wondering if the neighborhood council reached out to Chappelle to invite them to this important discussion. I think it's irresponsible if you haven't, and I think you're doing a misjustice to the stakeholders of Quarter Ranch. Less than a year ago, Quarter Ranch Neighborhood Council had a public hearing on the shopping center. It was noticed.
We are not discussing the shopping center.
I realize that.
But I have to
But there
stop.
was other discussions just prior about a notice.
It was not
And
about
I'm
the
talking
shopping
about
center.
a notice. I'm talking about
What
a
notice
notice.
are you commenting on?
The notice that was on your website.
What notice?
There was a notice of a meeting, and one of the items on the agenda.
Right, but we're not talking about the item.
I'm not talking about the item. I'm talking about a previous meeting that was held at the Quarter Ranch Neighborhood Council. It has nothing to do with, per se, the discussion that is going to be on the Quarter Ranch agenda. So you can silence me, but I think the,
If it's on the development agenda.
no, I just want the stakeholders here to realize that there has been other meetings that have been attended by hundreds, not just the.
And that is the discussion I would have liked to have on item 14 that goes for the pro and the con. That is
I'm
how the
speaking,
process
I am
works.
speaking now,
No,
and
not
we're
on
not
this
having
topic.
cross
Not on this
discussion per
topic.
your
Not on this
discussion.
topic.
Item
Not on
14
this
was
topic.
on a letter, it wasn't on the shopping center. Item 14 was about a letter of concern.
About the shopping center.
That's very specific about what was going to be discussed
We
about
are
the
not
shopping
talking about the shopping center
I'm talking
because we
about-
were
I'm talking
excluded
about,
from having that discussion.
I'm talking about a posted thing from one of the previous speakers that posted a discussion about a item that was going to be discussed at the meeting. I'm just pointing out, there's been previous meetings on this project, and hundreds came out. They took public testimony, they took an action, and now there's something developing that is different. I don't
So we will
understand.
have this discussion when we discuss this item in a formal meeting. I would welcome that comment, and it will go on the record.
Okay,
But until then, we're not having this discussion.
I just
Mr.
caution.
Hanson, you know that
I'm
this is
just
a discussion of the item. We
Wait.
cannot have that.
Okay, I'm not, I'm just gonna
And the
address.
time is up.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it
You
is.
Time's
took
up.
my time.
I did.
You did, and that's wrong. And if you think that's right, Mr. Sherman, I need an apology for you to take up my time for 3 minutes.
I would recommend that you file a grievance with the Department of Neighborhood and Commerce.
I don't want to.
That is the process, sir.
Well, the process is, you're supposed to be respectful of the stakeholders.
And you are supposed to
And
be
that is in
respectful of the
your,
rules.
that is in your thing that you said you would do. You promised that of the stakeholders.
Oh, but the previous board can
Not
disrespect
about
people all
an
the
item
time,
on the agenda.
okay?
I'm talking. I can see that, this is,
Discuss the shopping center at the next meeting.
Yeah.
No, excuse me. Nobody's comments on this. Anybody else would like to make a comment about an item that is not on the agenda? Just give Lane, and then you, sir, and then you, and I'm going to take those three only, please.
Hi, my name is Elaine. I am a stakeholder, and I just want to talk to you about the methane that's being released. Every single time you inject, you extract, you distribute, you produce, you transfer, transportation, you've got to get the gas from one place to another. Fugitive releases are a real big deal. The EPA this year, they released their test results, their analysis, that said it's overwhelming what's happening. Just because the wells are plugged doesn't mean methane isn't escaping. Methane is more than 84 times more potent than carbon dioxide. That's pollution, well, over a period of 20 years. Pollution, the AQMD just announced a few weeks ago, it causes, well, it's linked to mental illness in children. This is a real big deal. So when you hear we're going to cap the wells, we're going to, give this regulation, we need it shut down. They don't have a plan B. The only one who really did was Senator Papley, where she was talking about purchasing Hidden Creek, placing windmills, solar on the south-facing Aliso Canyon. Lower-income homes put solar panels on their homes and solar water heaters. Not tomorrow. Rome wasn't built in a day, but let's get Plan B going. Let's have a bit of a backup. Who are we going to trust? SoCal Gas? Who are we going to trust? Our politicians who maybe didn't take money from SoCal Gas, but maybe they took it from California Resources Corporation, the largest gas and oil production and distribution company in California. You can't really trust anyone. We can trust clean energy. So let's start with a base. Let's fight for that. Whether it's 10% or 20 or whatever it is, we won't be beholden to dirty energy. The jobs that's created are going to be phenomenal. Would you rather have your kids working at a place where they're breathing in something that's going to cause cancer, respiratory ailments? I can go on and on. But you've got my gist. It's a lot more serious than people talk about. It's a slow demise. Just like we couldn't see the methane flow and people didn't take it personally, this is the same way that pollution is. In China, it kills 4,000 people a day. In China, it also causes 2 birth defects, a day. We don't want to be like that, and that's the direction we're heading every time we're beholden to dirty energy. So just something to keep in mind. I'm not a speaker, so thank you for listening to me.